Have you ever wondered, is death painful? It's a question that piques our curiosity and often stirs fear. We all know that death is a universal phenomenon, a shared fate that no one can escape. It's the final act in the drama of life, the inevitable end that awaits us all. And because it's inevitable, it's natural for us to ponder what it might feel like. Often the fear of death is less about the end itself and more about the potential for pain. We fear suffering, the unknown, the potential discomfort that might accompany our final moments. So we find ourselves asking, is death painful? This question has puzzled philosophers, scientists and thinkers for centuries, and today we're going to dive into it. We'll untangle the threads of this complex subject, exploring the science of death and our perceptions of pain. As we dive into the science of death, we'll attempt to shed light on this complex subject. The process of death is not as simple as flipping off a switch. It's a gradual process involving several stages. In the intricate dance that is life, every organ, every cell has a role to play. But in death, this dance slows and eventually comes to a halt. The process usually starts with the body's vital functions. As the body nears the end of life, it begins to shut down, methodically, almost respectfully, as if to prepare for the final bow. The heart, that tireless engine, begins to slow down. The rhythm that once coursed through our veins, driving every moment of our existence, gradually loses its pace. While this is happening, our lungs too start to relinquish their hold on the life-giving oxygen, resulting in shortness of breath. The kidneys and liver, vital for detoxification, follow suit. It's a systematic winding down, like a complex machine running out of power. But what about the brain? Our command center. As the body's functions slow down, so does brain activity. The brain, which is responsible for our sensations, emotions and thoughts, also starts to shut down. It's here that we find our answer to the question of pain. You see, our perception of pain is intrinsically tied to our brain activity. Nerve signals from a stubbed toe, a pinprick, or even a heart attack are all sent to the brain, which interprets these signals and allows us to experience the sensation we know as pain. As brain activity diminishes, so does the ability to perceive pain. But the process of dying is as unique as the process of living. Some people might experience pain during the early stages of death, while others may not. It's a deeply personal journey, and while we can describe the biological process, the individual experience can vary greatly. In understanding the process of death, we can begin to explore whether it's painful. Pain, as we know it, is a complex sensory and emotional experience that requires conscious recognition. It's our brain's alarm bell, alerting us to potential harm. But what happens when our consciousness begins to fade, as it does in the dying process? Pain is not simply about the physical sensations we feel. It's an intertwining network of our sensory perceptions and our emotional responses. Our brain is the one that interprets these signals, and our consciousness is the linchpin that makes us aware of this discomfort. When we approach the end of life, this picture changes. Experts suggest that the dying process is often peaceful, precisely due to the decreased consciousness. As our awareness of the world around us fades, so too does our ability to perceive pain. Our brain's alarm system becomes quieter, less insistent. So, if our consciousness fades as we die, does that mean death is painless? Let's recap what we've learned about death and pain perception. We delved into the intricate process of death, a journey that every living organism must undertake. It's a complex series of biological events, and it's not as simple as flipping off a switch. We explored how consciousness plays a significant role in the perception of pain. Pain, in essence, is a sensory and emotional experience that requires consciousness to be fully perceived. When consciousness fades, so does the capacity to experience pain. We also considered expert opinions on the topic. The consensus seems to be that while some discomfort may be present during the dying process, extreme pain is not a universal experience. While death remains a mystery, science suggests that it may not be as painful as we fear. However, our perception of death is as unique as our perception of life, leaving room for individual experiences and beliefs.